Morning, guys. William here with Patriot Containers. It's Saturday, October 4th. I've been really thinking about my YouTube channel lately, and I've had customers. I'm always asking for constructive criticism. I want my YouTube channel to be like the most useful channel of honesty and exposing the dark side of the cargo container industry. It's always been bad, and there's very few good companies. In a lot of my videos, if you watch them, I expose the what I call Pinocchio Rookie companies because they lie to you to make your to take your sale and make the sale, and then they're rookies because they make a lot of mistakes. And nobody on YouTube is doing that, but I need to make my YouTube channel more than just that. I need to get creative and start saying useful information and talk about topics. And I don't always have those topics that pop into my head and go, oh wow, I can make 50 videos. It's kind of like one of those things where I'll just be thinking and go, oh wow, that'd be a good useful video for people to watch. And I do this. I tell people to subscribe. I tell people to give me a thumbs up. It's not because I want to be a YouTuber or I want money from YouTube. I'm never going to have a viral video. I talk about cargo containers. Nobody cares. Unless I was like comical or funny about this, which I could be and just make a really funny business, but I need to start taking some different paths here and practicing different techniques of bringing Americans useful information about cargo containers. There's not a lot to talk about. There's bad ones, there's good ones, and there's new ones. And then there's companies that deliver on the right day, and there's companies that deliver on the bad day, on the wrong day, and you were lied to. And there's a lot of companies out there that can really do damage to your financials or your life or your time, and they can really screw up something really bad. And to be honest, I don't think those companies care. I just don't. I think they care about your sale and that's it. And they don't care if you like it. They don't care when it gets there. And that's why I started Patriot Containers. So there's not really a lot that I can say about myself because what I do is so simple. If you were to call me, I tell you the truth of what these containers are called, that the shipping lines go through their inspections. So when I purchase a cargo container directly from the shipping lines, I know with what you're getting. A lot of people, I think, that are looking for a cargo container don't know what they're asking for. They just want a cheap container that doesn't leak, and then they say wind and watertight. Well, wind and watertight, if I was going to bury a container under the ground, I literally wouldn't even bury a wind and watertight container, because I know from purchasing 15 to 20,000 containers in the last 11 years that wind and watertight can have really bad rust problems, like really bad rust problems. The other companies are going to tell you, oh, it's just light surface rust, you should paint it. Well, then they deliver you this basically broken down container, and you can paint it. It ain't going to look nice, and the paint ain't going to stick on corrosion. It's just not. You're going to have to just keep painting it forever. But yeah, if I was to bury a container for myself, I would bury a cargo-worthy one. Bury a cargo-worthy one. I was talking to a customer the other day, and he was telling me how he was going to kind of recess the container into land and then cover it up. And then right then and there, I was like, you shouldn't do that with a new one. That's for sure. I don't even know if I made that sale to that guy. I talked to a lot of people. I also turned down a lot of business because a lot of people don't want the honesty anymore. A lot of people don't even want to talk on the phone anymore. They just want a price. How are you supposed to know anything about your container if all you're doing is looking at a number? It's there's got to be some type of communication made so you have the seller and the buyer on the same page of understanding something. So, anyways, I'm not going to sit here and rag on the competition in this video because I believe in good and evil, and Patriot Containers is good. And a lot of those companies, in my opinion, are evil and they should be shut down. But I want to read you something that I recently in a couple of my videos have gone over how you can type in on Google the company name that you're talking to, and then you can type in reviews or AI, and it brings up an internet generated information that it's gathering on whatever you're searching, and it's called AI overview. So it's going to say that. So every once in a while, I check to see if I got a good review, a 5-star review. I check on my business every once in a while just to make sure everything's okay on the internet and everything. And in 11 years, I still don't have a complaint from an actual buyer of mine. I have 3 complaints from 3 people that, if you ever read them, never bought a container from Patriot Containers. That being said, I don't want to sit here and act like I'm perfect either. There is things that happen in this industry that are out of my control. Like it's just some things happen sometimes. So I'm not gonna sit here and say I have 100% happy customers, but it's probably like 95 or 98% of people that bought from me and Patriot Containers, and they call me back and reorder, and I get referrals all the time. And I'm proud of that, like really proud of that. If you do the job right, you get repeat business. You made a customer, you didn't just make a sale. That's what I do. But there are people that call me and I have to turn them down because they don't want my help. I mean nothing to them and they don't care about anything. And then they want me to sell them a rusty piece of junk and lie. I even have people that say, well, I want the cheapest thing you got and I want a warranty. Well, all the warranty companies are lying to you. They're going to sell you a rusty old container with holes and then send you a fiberglass patch kit. That's their warranty. You ain't getting a new container unless you lose a lot of money and they have to come get it and replace it. Which, if you go through a bad situation with a bad company, you're not going to buy another container from them. You're just not. But anyways, this morning I sat down with my coffee and I typed in Patriot Containers reviews. And I want to read it to you with what the internet is saying about my business. The other companies, they can do this, but it ain't gonna say. It's gonna say there's mixed reviews, a lot of damaged containers, delayed deliveries, all this stuff. And it's just, I read the AI overview of all these companies, what I call Pinocchio Rookie companies, and it's bad. It's really bad. And anyways, so I want to read to you Patriot Containers AI overview on Google. It says Patriot Containers receives largely positive customer feedback, especially for its customer service. By the way, I don't do customer service. I believe customer service is for people that have complaints. What I do well is communicate well, and I'm very upfront and honest. If AI is calling that customer service, whatever, but I don't have a customer service department. I'm not a customer service. I am far from a customer service representative. If you're mean to me, I'm gonna our call is gonna be very short. So especially for its customer service, timely deliveries, and professional staff. I don't know what that means because I don't have any employees. Users highlight the company's clarity regarding cost, good communication, and helpful in handling delivery logistics. That's what I do. I sell with the truth. I don't sell bad containers. I have it scheduled. It gets delivered on the right day, and the communication is there. It's like a whole package that's done perfectly, and that's what I do. You know, it's very simple, really. I don't know why these nationwide rookie Pinocchio companies can't do it right. If I was those companies, I would sit down with all of my employees and say, hey, look, William at Patriot Containers is right. He knows exactly with what's going on. We need to fix this. The problem that why they can't fix it is it's greed. They want to, they have so many salespeople that those salespeople have to make sales. They have to make commissions or they don't have a job. And so it's kind of like, well, do whatever it takes to make a sale. Who cares about the customers? Our terms and conditions protect us. So anyways, I want to get back to this. And helpfulness in handling delivery logistics. While minor misunderstandings regarding container size have been mentioned, the overall customer experience appears strong, making them recommended choice for container purchases. It does not say that on those other companies that I'm warning you about. It literally doesn't say that. So I always wondered, why does Google AI say why is there misunderstandings regarding container size? Why is that? Because I don't, that's not a problem in my business at all. What that is, I have 3 complaints from 3 ladies that were mean to me. I don't know if they were competitors calling me, trying to rile me up and piss me off, and then just leave a complaint, or they were actual just mean people that really wanted a container, and I was mean back on the phone. I think one of those complaints that I have where the lady didn't buy a container, she wanted a 30-footer. Well, they don't make 30-footers. It's not a real container. You can make one out of a 40-footer. You can cut it down and make it, but it doesn't exist. So that's what I think is making that, because if she mentioned that in the complaint, that's what it is. There's a 30-footer, and anyways, whatever. So for reliable and professional service, pros, highly praised for excellent, friendly customer service and professional handling of deliveries, according to the Better Business Bureau. They offer clear communication on cost and delivery timelines, ensuring a positive customer experience. That's what I do. Cons. Some users have experienced minor misunderstandings about container sizing, so confirming exact dimensions beforehand is recommended. Well, of course, you need a 20-footer, 10-footer, 40-footer, 45-footer. You know, I don't screw that up. I don't know why the internet's saying that, unless they're referring to those 3 complaints that I have where they never bought a container. This is great. Pros, known for rapid delivery with containers often arriving within a few days. The delivery drivers are frequently described as helpful, courteous, and skilled at maneuvering containers in tight spots. Cons. While generally efficient, some situations may involve minor logistical hiccups or weather delays. We sell cargo containers. Sometimes weather gets in the way, but I don't know why that is on there, because I don't have any people complaining about anything online. I challenge anybody watching this video to actually research Patriot Containers. You won't find a complaint of a person that actually bought a container. I've been in business longer than the Pinocchio Rookie companies, and they have thousands of complaints combined because they just offer a shitty service. I used to work for companies like that. I paid attention, and I figured out how to fix it, and it's pretty easy. I just don't know why it's always been like this. Always been like this. Other companies, they lie, they take forever to deliver, and they're never accountable, and you lose money if you trust them. And they all say the same thing. We're nationwide. We're the most reviewed. We have lifetime 25-year warranties. If you don't like your container in 60 or 90 days, you can get a full refund. Well, I don't know how they can say that, because you're not going to get a full refund. You're going to lose thousands of dollars if they have to come back and pick up that container in 60 or 90 days. It's a fact, and it's on their website. You just got to click on read their terms and conditions. But anyways, yeah, this is what AI is saying about Patriot Containers. So moving forward with this YouTube channel and exposing the dark side of the container industry awareness, and exposing and whistleblowing with what's really going on. But I do want to try. I'm going to still do that, but I need to start bringing some information for that isn't just warning signs. It's useful information that you might need to know about your container. When you call me, this is a funny thing, and if you're watching this video and you want to give me constructive criticism in the comments, please do it. A lot of people tell me with what you're going to put inside your container. Do you think I care? I don't. When my driver drops off your container, it's going to be empty, and when he leaves, it's going to be empty. Whatever you put inside your container has nothing to do with me. I literally don't care what you're going to put inside your container. I know that sounds rude, but instead of focusing on what you're going to be putting in the container, Patriot Containers focuses on what container is going to make you happy and not upset. And when it gets there, you're going to be staring at a 5,000 or 8,000 pound container sitting on a truck, and it's going to be your container. I would like you to either pick a new one or a good used one, but I don't want you to pick one that when it gets there, you're going, hey, this thing sucks, you're a liar, and I want my money back, and I'm refusing delivery, or I want a discount. That's what the other companies do to you guys. So yeah, I could give a shit with what you put inside your container. I know that sounds rude, but think about it. Whatever you're doing with your container is your business. My job is to sell you the right product that's going to make you happy, and I want it to be delivered on the right day, and I need to tell you the truth to avoid all problems that could happen. It's very easy to do this right. My recommendation on buying a cargo container, put some care into it. Don't act like you don't care, because you will care. If you get the wrong container, you will care, and you're going to be upset, and you're going to learn the hard way. Put some care into your container. I always tell people this. If you put price before condition, you're going to buy a piece of shit. A rusty old container with or without holes. And if it has no holes, it's wind and watertight. If it has holes, they deliver to you as is. Rust makes people mad. Now, if you put condition before price, now we're getting on the page of how to make you a happy customer. A lot of these companies that you're dealing with, sales reps, they don't know what the company is going to purchase for you. They don't know when your container is going to get there. I don't know. You're supposed to place an order, and then somebody in logistics is supposed to call you within 4 days to tell you when your container is going to arrive. That's pathetic. Literally pathetic. When you place an order with Patriot Containers, I get on the phone and go, hey, I got a 20 or 40 foot container going to this location. What day can you do it? And they tell me with what day. And you might not like the day, but it's the truth. And I'm not going to lie to you to take your money. I don't want to sit here and beg either. You either want the truth or you don't. And there's a lot of companies out there that are selling these things with lies, and they offer a totally shitty service. And if you don't like the container that they bring you, you're going to lose thousands of dollars. So anyways, guys, that's it. That's my Saturday video. Have a good one. Have a great weekend. Goodbye.